what's up guys? This is Brian at Whisper Status 74. This video is going to be a continuation of yesterday's or the other day's defective Vizio Quantum X P-Series and the return to Costco. Thank you so much for all the support, all the amazing comments and well-wishing. Those of you that follow the community pictures also know that I had the flu for a few days, so it's been a very interesting couple weeks. And to have this panel fail kind of just topped things off. And I wanted to kind of follow up on how it was returning the display to Costco and how they were dealing with it, and a little bit about the Vizio P-Series and my experience with it. It's also something I'm going to cover a little bit of the panel lottery. I'll be doing a video on the panel lottery in a few days, which will have an LG C9, a Samsung on it, and another LG IPS panel. These are just 3 displays that I've observed in the last few days that are also part of that panel lottery, showing you that it's not just a Vizio issue or TCL Hisense, that it infects all of these manufacturers. And don't let just the Vizio video make you judge that company as a whole. It is a panel lottery, and the panel lottery is basically just luck of the draw and something to always keep in mind. I don't want you to think this is a video that's going to talk about Vizio in a bad light and saying, hey, you shouldn't buy that product just because mine didn't make it. I also want to thank you for all of the comments and all of your well-wishing, that how bad you feel that it's terrible that this happened to me. And I will tell you, as a content creator, it's better that it happens to me than to you. I'm prepared for it. I had things in place. I had people ready to buy the display when I purchased it. And I also made sure I bought it from Costco, and I had the extended warranty. So no matter what, I was going to be okay. And either way, that was going to be something. If we saw a Vizio triumph, which I think in many ways it did in regards to its picture quality and its performance, and if we saw it fail, it was a win as well, as you guys can actually see what happens live. Now, I want to address also, some of you guys are thinking that I bought the display just to review it and I was going to return it. I personally don't agree with doing that. I think it's the same, in my opinion, as stealing, because they can't sell that display as new. I wanted to buy the Vizio at launch in July. I was not able to procure it for many different reasons. And then it was actually $3,500 at the time, but I was prepared to buy it then. I championed this display all the way through the ratings process, the reviews, the good, the bad, and then buying it now was primarily interesting for me, simply because I want to give these brands a shot. I'm not done giving them shots between TCL, Vizio, and Hisense. I don't want this to become just an elite channel that focuses on the very, very expensive. I want to cover displays that are all through the spectrum, from a few $100s to $10,000. I do think that's interesting to me. Being somebody who covers technology, I want to cover everything and not just put myself in one category. And also, I think that there are diminishing returns when looking at spending way, way too much money. So I gave the Vizio a shot. It didn't work out. I have enough of my knowledge with it to do a full review on it. Obviously, reliability is going to take a little bit of a hit. So I want to address one quick thing before I do that, with the people thinking that I bought it just to review it and send it back. I've had some accusations that it didn't actually die, that I either killed it or sabotaged it. The funny thing is, you'll see the receipt here with the price. You're also going to see the return window price here, the return window date of when I purchased it. What I mean by that is I have a full month to bring it back. So I don't know why I would return it before I was able to shoot any more videos on it. I plan on doing a full game review, a full PC game review, a Dolby Vision review, HDR10 Plus review, settings reviews. The reason I didn't do those in a better time frame is I didn't think I had limited time with it. I didn't think that I had to get rid of it. The friends of mine that were thinking about purchasing it were more than patient to wait. It wasn't what the return window dictated for me. I thought I had a lot of time with it. They were willing to wait and see me review it, and they're glad that I did, because they actually saw it not succeed. But for me to return the display before I even did any of that content doesn't make any sense. I didn't run out of time. As you'll see in that receipt that shows the date, I had a full month left, and there was no rush in returning it. It didn't make any sense for me to return it. That said, my thoughts on it, I will still do a full review on it. Also, why would I return it before I do the review on it? It'd be nicer to do the review with it sitting behind me, which it isn't clearly here anymore. I will say it's very nice to have my room back. clean and, cable management back to normal. But quickly, Costco. How was it returning the display to Costco? Well, other than being an arduous process of taking a TV that is, 6 feet and putting it back in the box, I want to thank my buddy Paul, who was going to buy the Vizio. Shout out to Paul. He's been on the channel. Paul is a very good friend of mine. Super, just great guy, super hardworking, super reliable. He was there for me. Truck came, his truck. We loaded it up, and putting it back together was fine. Vizio did a great job of their stuff fitting back together. Parts, everything went back in. We went all the way back up to Costco, which is about 30 minutes from my house. And I will tell you that bringing back TVs to Best Buy that even are defective, and those TVs, guys, back in the day at $6,000 or $7,000, there was this walk of shame of like, oh my God, this guy's bringing this thing back. It's really a terrible feeling, especially when you spend that kind of money. Costco, I'm literally waiting in line. There's people in front of me bringing back bread. It was actually hysterical. And the young lady behind the counter was very, very nice. She came around. We took the top of the box off. She scanned it. She asked me what was wrong with it or if I didn't like it. I said, actually, it doesn't power on. I'm ready to give her a full explanation or show her the videos on my phone. And she's like, thank you so much. Took my card, popped it in. That was it. It took me about 5 minutes to return it in that regard. Bringing it back and carrying it took a long time. But the Costco experience definitely is one I would purchase from again especially if I were you guys. And definitely if you're looking to buy a Vizio or some of these other brands that you're a little bit weary of. I mean, they have their plans or their warranty can't be beaten. And also the return policy cannot be beaten. So I would say Costco experience, phenomenal. When we got it into the store, they helped us lift it up. They were very, very helpful. They were very, very nice. There wasn't any of those over-explained feelings. So Costco, awesome. The problem with Costco, though, is their variety of displays declines steeply from their highest end, which is an OLED, the Vizio Quantum XP series, a TCL 6 series, and then after that, it does drop pretty drastically from that quality, meaning OLEDs and full array, things become IPS panels. They get edge lit pretty quickly, and that's the only disadvantage. If they had the kind of variety that Best Buy has or Amazon has, then they'd be unstoppable, and you'd buy TVs from them all the time. In regards to Costco, though, think of why that is. No one walks into a Costco to browse, other than me, who browses and films their TVs. Almost every person leaving that place is spending at least a few $100s. It's a bulk store. They have everything there. That store is generating money every single minute, every single hour, all day long, 7 days a week. Tires, all kinds of stuff that they sell there. A Best Buy, a PC Richard & Son, there are people that walk in there and just browse. I walk in there and film. The difference is when I walk in and film, I buy a movie or something every single time I'm in that store, without fail. But many people walk in, they browse, and they leave. Best Buy can't sustain that. So if I had taken $2,200 out of the Best Buy today, it hurts that store. Costco, by the time I got there, had already made 10 times that amount with the stuff that they sell. Place is packed. So you can see why a store like a Costco or even a Walmart can sustain some returns, and why other stores like a PC Richard & Son or Best Buy, they're going to fight you. So it's good to know that you can buy from Costco, that they're reliable, they're great. My feeling with the Vizio Quantum XP series, again, I'll do a full review. I don't regret the purchase at all. Other than the time that I spent, I learned a lot from the display. I learned a lot about it, and we'll cover that in my full review. I also learned a lot about how even a 2017 display can still hang with a display that is 2019. That's not just a 2017 Sony versus a Vizio. I just mean the increases in technology in a few years doesn't blow one away, especially with OLEDs. You know, their increases are they're little increases here and there. So if you have a display that's a little bit older, unless you're going up in size, don't rush to upgrade. I would say hang back, unless you want a much larger display, or you want to go from, say, an LED to an OLED or an OLED to an LED, then it's just a change in technology. But I would say having them side by side, spending time with them side by side, and we'll cover this in the full review of the Vizio Quantum XP series, as much as I love that new display, I wouldn't say it was a few $1,000s more than what I already had, especially at the same size. If this was a 65-inch TV versus 75, it would have been an easy discussion. The 75 destroys it, but having them close together, you realize, wow, I'm not sure that would have been worth the upgrade, but it was still an upgrade, so keep that in mind. As far as Vizio, that'd be I had 2 Vizio P-Series in 2016 that were faulty. This would be my 3rd. But I also had 6 Samsungs, so I can't really kill the company. Am I rushing out to buy another one? No, I'm definitely not. You guys had questions. Did I share with Vizio that I'm a content creator? I did not. I didn't see the point in doing that. I don't really want anything from them. What I mean is I'm not looking for them to send me a free TV. I'm not looking to have them fix it. The idea of how I am going to be reviewing these displays is from the position of a regular person buying them. If it fails here in front of you and I'm an electrician, me opening it and fixing it doesn't exactly help you guys. So me having it repaired, it's not something that's indicative of regular use. You guys are going to have to wait for a warranty so that's all I'm really going to emulate here is how we would all deal with it as just a regular person buying. It also helped having my own display next to me. So when this one failed, I wasn't left without a display. Many of you guys that have fallen victim to the panel lottery, when your display fails, you're waiting for a replacement. If this was my only 4K display, I'd be handling it very, very less smiley, I should say. Because when I dealt with my displays that were much more expensive and they failed, this little spot here on my Sony there was just a bunch of cables hanging there for sometimes a couple weeks because they weren't always exchanged at the same time. So it can be a very painful process. It sucks. It's not a fun process. Having you guys here definitely makes it less lonely. However, I would say I spent between 4 and 6 hours of my time just trying to troubleshoot the display. Not to mention the few hours that Paul helped me. So you're looking at about 9 or 10 hours, 11 hours lost. That's without me making any content. That's just me returning the display. So when I was alone doing that through all these displays, it was absolutely crushing. But I am thankful because it brought me to you and brought you guys to me. And you guys have given me this platform to share this experience and the panel lottery. Panel lottery, we're going to do a separate video on this. I've covered it in the past. For all of you that don't know much about it, it's just literally the luck of the draw. The displays, you can have one. Whenever somebody tells me that I bought this display and it's absolute garbage, it could be an A9G, a C9, a 950G, I will always basically tell you that anything in that tier is never going to be garbage. Chances are you have a defective panel. I've had people tell me that a Samsung Q90R isn't bright enough, and I'm going to tell you that it probably is defective. And that's a shame. Dead pixels on OLEDs. There's banding on OLEDs. The video I'm going to show you in my panel lottery video in a few days, it has literally a line right down the screen on a brand new C9. It happens to all manufacturers. Unfortunately for Vizio, it happened to me, where a wide group of people are watching, and it's disappointing. And they obviously lost at least 3 in my personal life that would never buy it now. So when people ask me, why didn't I just get another one? Bring it here, test that one, and then have my buddy buy it. That answer is simple. 1, I don't want to spend any more time on it. 2, they don't want to buy it. So in that case, I'd be buying it just to return it, and I just said that I wouldn't do that. But neither one of any of the guys that were involved, that would be Jim, Cody, and Paul, none of them want a Vizio. They're not looking to purchase it. They saw it fail here live, and that's unfortunate for Vizio. And I hope they get their stuff together. But all of these companies can do much better with their quality control. I also do believe a large portion of that is just the shipping and handling of these displays. Whether it's the shipping companies moving them around, there's not enough guys to move them, they're handling them roughly, but it does happen, and it's unfortunate. But I really want to thank you guys for your support. The panel lottery is legit. But keep in mind, guys, you're not alone. You're here with me. We have this entire community. If you do get stuck with a defective panel, You know how to contact me. I just got done responding to all the comments on the last few videos. I respond to each and every comment. If I missed you, please resubmit your comment. If I missed you again, take that comment and make sure it's alone and it's not attached to other people's comments. Sometimes I miss those. But I do respond. I'm here to help you in any way that I can, help you through that process and help you with the scripts to tell either the manufacturer or your retailer. You're not alone. And that's why the channel exists, as I was alone going through this all by myself. And it was awful. I learned a ton. It brought me to you guys. It brought you guys to me. So I'm very, very grateful. And even the Vizio Quantum XP series, though it didn't work out, I thought it was an awesome display. And I'm really grateful for the experience. And I'm thankful that you guys were with me through that process. And I will do the full review on it. You'll see more video reviews and movie reviews. I have all kinds of content that I want to do. And I really do appreciate you guys being here for it. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. And please comment on this video, and I'll respond to you. I hope all are well, and thank you again, as always. Take care, guys.
I belong to